Washington today, President Trump met with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu at the White House in a high-stakes meeting that was closed to reporters.
The two men discussed the ongoing war with Iran and efforts to thwart its nuclear capabilities. Political reporter Marcia Kramer joins us now with more on this meeting. Marcia.
Well, Alan and Jess, it was the first time the president and the prime minister met face-to-face since the war began 5 months ago. And while Netanyahu, Israelis described the meeting as excellent, it got off to a rocky start after the president publicly scolded Netanyahu for airing intel about Iran building yet another secret underground nuclear facility.
Well, I don't need Bibi to tell me that. Bibi's telling me that because he wants me to stay involved.
President Trump calling into Fox News hours before his meeting with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, complaining about Netanyahu's decision to talk publicly about Israeli intelligence that Iran is building another secret nuclear facility at Pickaxe Mountain.
We have the greatest cameras in the world focused on. We know exactly what's going on. But no, I heard Bibi announce that. I said, why didn't you just tell it to me? Why do you have to announce it to the world? I know exactly what's going on at Pickaxe.
Netanyahu came to the United States to attend the funeral of Senator Lindsey Graham, met with the president in a meeting that was closed to the media. Pictures released by the Israelis on social media show the two men smiling. In one post, Netanyahu and the president both appeared to be reading note cards. At Graham's funeral, Netanyahu chatted with Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth and others. After the White House meeting, Netanyahu issued a statement calling the meeting with Trump excellent. When I say excellent, it's not just lip service, Netanyahu said. It was a conversation of full partnership, of mutual support, with an understanding of the shared goal to ensure that Iran will not have nuclear weapons and other goals. There was an opportunity to exchange ideas and also to coordinate on the important issue of security and the future of the State of Israel. The president also met with Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky, who also came here for Senator Graham's funeral. Afterwards, the White House press secretary said on social media, both meetings were positive and productive. Now, both Netanyahu and Trump had a lot riding on the meeting. Netanyahu is up for re-election in the fall and wants to show he has good relations with Washington. Trump is facing the pressure of midterm elections and an unpopular war that has raised gas prices and consumer goods. And I should also point out that despite the mayor's best efforts, he was not arrested.
Yeah. They're both walking a fine line when they get together like this. They both have bases to appease, right?
They do, and it remains to be seen whether the bases are actually appeased.
That's a great point. Thank you, Marcia.
Marcia, thank you.